Hansberry Sands was my first theater company. It was the first, and I love you. I love Willie Abney. Um, I want to say something about this Barbara Wanzo because I'm really tired of reading about her. I mean, are you promoting her or because that's how you do PR though. You fake arguments with the other person, and other people get into it, and you get and that's one of the ways of doing it actually. But is it real that she can't take over Hansberry Sands, and you saying this other thing is hers, BATD. So it's good to have more than one place that artists can go to perform. You know, she might have taken the PAC. Maybe she doesn't want you at the PAC. I got an idea. That probably was the problem when I was in Milwaukee, is that you don't change and you all don't bend. But I got this for you. Instead of Black Nativity, I personally would never do Black Nativity because I'm not Christian. I would do ISIS. Bring Africa to Milwaukee. Now, the fable ISIS, look on the computer, look it up, read it, and that's exactly where the Virgin Mary birth came from, Africa, an African fable, and a lot of other little stories too. And what you need is kungas, good kunga player, both of, maybe 4 or 5 kungas and certain other different types of drums. And then you can have the story told. You need 1, 2 people, and then you can have a cast. But the most expensive thing, since you don't ever want to use, do not use the Performing Arts Center anymore. Don't use them anymore. Find a small, intimate venue to do it. Let me tell you, Jackie Taylor, Jackie was in a small theater before she had got this one. And then she paid rent every month. She was in a very small place and paid rent in the smallest, but she put on the baddest plays. Barbara Wanzo would never get that bad. She'll steal ideas from you, or try to, and those board of directors, of course they're connected to her. Of course they'll backstab you. But when you are so out there, do ISIS and keep it the African music. There's a young lady, actress from Africa. Her name is Mercy Johnson. She's on my timeline. And that song that she's singing, there's tons of songs like that. You can start it in the beginning. You can really go to the tribe of ISIS and actually do their dialect. Bring Africa to Milwaukee for 30 minutes. Don't even do a whole lot. Just bam. Now, she's going to try to steal it. But the more that she steals, the more I create. So now you have 2 companies competing against each other. You have the artists themselves are going to not want to do Barbara Wanzo's Black Nativity anymore. They want to come over and do the African, especially the young kids in college. So you got 2 things going on, Black Nativity, and then you got ISIS. Because I'm looking at Milwaukee as a whole, needs performing. They need where young people, when I was young, I had no place to go. I knew nothing about Chicago. Living with my grandparents. My aunt in Germany, she was too high acidity to help me. And she was in Germany. So I was here by myself. And Hansberry Sands was also there for me. And they had a lot of good people in the company. Barbara's out here doing something. I see her a lot. But this has something to do with the arts. I think she works for SAG or something like that. She's out here. A lot of us are still doing the same thing. So Hansberry did a good job. And Hansberry will never, ever be excluded in the community. It'll just be special and different and unique and always always number one. So, ISIS, go for it. I'm going to sit up here and write something and send it off to you myself. And you can have it and put your name on it. And I don't do that. So just calm down. If both of you are doing the same thing, let her have PAC. Don't even try to get in that diversity mess with PAC, please. Performing Arts Center, intimidate her butt. Get a small, intimate space and put on the next performance for Christmas or ISIS. There's a lot of fables in that Bible that you could do on stage. James Baldwin Jr., they're getting ready to do something about Negroes, something in film. You might want to check it out, so you can go and do nice things. You can have a play of women that memorizing, what's the one that just passed? Maya Angelou and different women, Angela Davis. And you can have students write their own pieces and then put it together. You can deal more with the college student. See, that's what she's going to be doing. Deal more with the college students because why? They have passion. And then deal with the students like myself, living on 6th Street with my grandparents. Sung everybody up under the table. Everybody. Okay? So get some of those. You might save somebody's life. You could be helping police brutality by giving some of these young men some. Do a hip-hop. Do something for the hip-hop and do hip-hop. I bet you won't have a hard time to cast that. Kids work all the time around here. Love and hip-hop and all of those different shows. Let them create their own thing. And just take 30 to 45 minutes on the stage in a small, intimate space. Choose your engineers. People that work your music and your sound, which is really location, and then you have your actors, and then you have your self-directing, and then the board only hears what you're doing. They have nothing to do, and they should be told they have nothing to do with the artistic side of the performances. That's it. ISIS. Bring ISIS to Milwaukee. Next Christmas, start working on it now. Get a small space, because location, you can get your money because the location is the most expensive. But I think the Black Holocaust Museum could actually have a small, intimate performances. And if you did an ISIS, an African, that would be the perfect spot, and you will pack the house. They'll go there before they go to the performing arts. And you get them in the habit, she'll be wanting some money because ain't nobody going to that performing arts anymore. Do a play, a picket, that you're picketing a place that's not diverse and this, that, and the other. Put on a play. Beat her down with experience. Beat her down with years of work. She can't beat that. Because you know why? Hansberry Sands is number one. There might be two, and she may not be the last one. It might be some of those kids come up next trying to start a theater company. Whenever you see that happening, that's a good thing. Because you have 3 places that artists can work now in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Because that should be the goal now for black people. Y'all didn't ask nothing of Obama, so you have nothing. You're a non-factor now. The only thing you can do is start your own stuff. Start your own stuff. Look for some outdoors in the summertime that you can put some shows and make sure your sound is correct and everything outside. Don't even do it indoors. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Did you ever hear me say Barbara Wanzo one time? Stop talking about her. make her a non-factor, she'll disappear. But the one thing that all of you all have in common is to provide entertainment and a place where artists and everyone can come and perform and provide that to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and share it with the rest of the community. That's what both of you have in common. You don't have to like each other. And I'm sure you're different. You have your style, Abney, and she has her style. So now it's both. And if it seems, do Isis, do Africa more. You know? Isis is a story. Tell the story on Christmas and says the story of Isis. Merry Christmas. You know, whatever. Create. All right. Love you, Abney. I love you, Yvonne. I saw your name. And you know, I thought at all the things that I've been through, I never thought of her. But she is the most beautiful. That is one person in this world that has never done anything negative to me. She's the one that showed me where my apartment was. She showed me an apartment when me and my baby didn't have anywhere to go. She is a beautiful person. I'm glad to see her Miss Rich and all. And you know, she's one person I like. I like her no matter what. Her and her husband. I believe I introduced y'all, didn't I? Yeah, from the no, you went to Conservatory of Music, and so did John Hyde. Was what, one of the teachers, and they fell in love. He never let her go from the first time he met her. So that's a good, but it's good seeing you, Yvonne. It's good to see everybody that were a part of Hansberry Stand. I actually wish that you can be happy, Abney, having her on the scene. Change your mind and your thinking. And the white man, if he was like that, and his diversity, there are so many small venues in Milwaukee that you can make happen. I wanted a secondhand store there, right there on 3rd Street, Martin Luther King, is it? And have performing in there as well. I bet you I would bring more people in, probably some of the kids that are hanging out and don't need to be hanging out, that can sing and act, and I could send them over here to California right away. That's how you do it. You try to clean up and do things for these kids that are maybe doing things or may not have anything to do. Their parent might be on drugs or whatever. But when they find that they can sing or act, it changes their life. It happens every day. So you can be a part of the community, getting this community together, and people with churches start giving all your money to the community. The church shouldn't be keeping nothing. Not these days and times. So both of you, BATT and Hansberry, can do your thing. For the other, think on a bigger picture than you guys, your personal. Think about those kids and people. It could be a depressed woman at UWM that could sing her ass off. And then once she has something to do and exercise her skills, she's not that way anymore. You can help people being a good artist. And in a place like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and both of you eventually may share artists. You know, but it's a place for both of those places. Abney, you got to keep Hansberry going. And let her do BATT, no matter what she do, so what? You talking about competition? Come on out to Hollywood. Got to be able to take that. You got to just enjoy what you do and focus on what you do. And Barbara focus on what she does. She couldn't do nothing with me at all. To me, the Wanzos are not talented at all. They just her sister's book was disgustingly boring. It was a relationships, and she's supposed to be she's a psychiatrist, but she's not an artist. She's not a writer. Okay. Now this is the last time I'm gonna make this video. Hi, Yvonne. Beautiful person. If anybody, I mean, she's never done me wrong. She's competitive, I know, but she's not. She's a beautiful person. She is. She helped me do something in my life. And every time I see her, she's helping me do something. Yvonne is cool. Where you been, girl? I have not. Where have you been? Okay, so, Abney, I love you, and I love Hansberry Sands Theater. And I happen to know that you'll be around for a long time. Get started on Isis for Christmas. The story of Isis. Okay? All right. Ashe.